So guys, now I'll be discussing about some of the important short points that are related to the metallurgy. So here I first come to your boxing wax. So there are many questions that are asked. Why is this boxing wax used? Why is the carding wax used? What is the another name of boxing wax? So by the only the word box, you have to remember that it is used to box the impression before the impression stone is applied. During first year you have done the procedure of boxing. So the question that is used is, why is the boxing wax used? That is to box, and you can remember it by this box and box. And what is the another name of boxing wax? It's carding wax. Another question is your sticky wax, and is asked that why is the sticky wax used? It is used to attach the metal parts during soldering. So it is something that is going to stick to things, and S for sticky and S for soldering, and it is means to stick the two parts during soldering. So you can remember it like this. Another is bite or corrective impression or impression wax. So simple impression wax is used to take impression of your edentulous ridge, and even type 1 impression compound is used for this purpose. So impression compound, impression wax, impression of edentulous ridge, you can remember. Another is utility or periphery wax, and this is used to give contour to the impression trays that are used for alginate. Sometimes it happens that the tray is a little bit small, or it is not going deep into the vestibule, so we'll use some amount of periphery wax or utility wax. So you can remember it by the name periphery. It is used in the periphery. Basically, so it is used that way to take contour to the trays, that while we are taking the alginate impression, so that alginate can spread completely to the periphery. That's why this wax is used. And next is your inlay wax. Inlay is for inlay. It is used to make wax pattern for inlay. So you know this thing. And carving wax or demonstration wax, you have used carving wax in your undergraduate days to make different teeth, molar, premolar. So carving wax is used for demonstration purposes. So this is a good area of the question of the examiner, that why is this wax used, what is the another name of this wax. So you should remember and be clear about this thing. Another is your different zones of the heat that you should be remember. I used to remember it like Odisha chief minister. So O for oxidizing zone, R for reducing zone, C for combustion zone, and M. Okay, just to remember it. So by this I would come to know that this is the sequence. Oxidizing zone is not used, and first zone of the flame has got no heat. So I am left to remember with only combustion zone and reducing zone. And reducing zone is the hottest part, and reducing zone is used for melting of the alloys. So the question is usually asked from here: R reducing zone, what is the color? It's blue. Which is the hottest part? Reducing zone. Which is used for melting the alloy? This one. So you can remember it like this: O, R, C, M. O and M are of no value, and R is most commonly used in asked question. And the left one is your C, combustion zone. It is oxidizing, but it is not used for melting of alloys. Next is your setting expansion. You should be remembering by heart, because a lot of questions on this. Normal setting expansion is 0.3 to 0.5%. Hygroscopic is 1.2 to 2%. And thermal expansion is 1 to 2%. So question can be asked that what is normal, what is hygroscopic, what is thermal, which one is the highest, and which one is more than 1%. The answer is your thermal expansion. Another, you should be knowing, the question can be asked, what is the constitution of high noble alloys? It contains more than 48% of your gold. And in case of predominantly base metal alloys, means which are base metal, they contains less than 25% of your noble metal elements. And what are noble alloys? Which contain more than 25% of your noble metal elements. And noble metal elements includes your gold, platinum, palladium, ruthenium, iridium, osmium. So noble alloys are which contain these values more than 25%. Base metals are which contain these metals less than 25%. And high noble is which is containing more than 40% of the gold. This you should be knowing, many MCQs on this. Another is your composition of waxes, and there are many questions on it, like what is the use of paraffin wax, which of the following provides smoothness, which of the following provides flow, which of the following decreases flaking, which of the following is the substitute of paraffin. So such questions you have to remember, and this is also very confusing table. So to make it clear and to make it easy for you, I have made it like first one is your paraffin. So you can remember the paraffin like F for fin and F for flake. So F for fin and F for flake, so you can remember it like paraffin has a tendency to flake, and paraffin is a basic constituent, you know. Okay, so you can remember 2 points like this: it has tendency to flake and it is a basic constituent. Fine. But next comes your gum damar. So you can remember D. So by D you can say it decreases flaking. So when you come to know gum damar decreases the flaking, paraffin has a tendency to flake. So the things are clear. 3 points are clear to you out of 5. And gum damar, you have to remember that it improves the smoothness. This is the point you have to remember. Rest आपको सारे याद हो गए हैं. Next is carnauba or candelia is going to decrease the flow and to impart the glossy surface. So usually the question is come, which of the following imparts the glossy surface? You have to understand that it is carnauba or candelia. And kerosene, you can remember SIN. It may replace the part of paraffin, FIN. So SIN and FIN. So you can easily remember kerosene. Basic things of paraffin. Carnauba, you have to remember that it imparts a glossy surface, and even if you see in the hole, nobody is going to increase the flow. Wax is, the flow is decreased. So it is carnauba or candelia is to decrease the flow, is not something that question can be asked, because everything is flow is not a basic thing to be asked in waxes. And gum damar, D से decrease flaking and improves the smoothness. Question can be asked, which of the following increases the smoothness? You can remember. And paraffin, you know. Kerosene, you know. And imparts the glossy surface is your carnauba or candelia. Next question that can be asked is your propane gas. Which of the following is used for soldering? Propane gas. Which of the following has got highest heat content? Propane gas. So propane gas used for soldering, this can be asked. Best fuel gas when it is used with oxygen is propane. So the question can be asked on propane and it should not be made wrong. Fine. And acetylene, you have to remember it has got highest flame temperature, but highest heat is again is of propane. Acetylene is also an unstable gas. The question usually asked is on propane.